at this. It's like a little tornado of mango and milk. Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa. Welcome to my channel, and today we have an episode of Am I the Asshole? Featuring a very delicious salmon deluxe combo. So as you can probably see, we have a few pieces of salmon nigiri in the back, a couple pieces of salmon sashimi, a tuna, or not tuna, and an avocado roll right here, and at the very front we have a salmon roll. I'm super excited. I also have my boba, of course. I got myself a mango bubble milk from Mogi Tea, and it's pretty good. I think the first sip that I got was pretty good. It's like the perfect amount of sweetness, like not super sweet, and the boba has a nice little chewy consistency, so solid option. So like I said, today's an episode of Am I the Asshole? I'll be eating. Feel free to pop a squat, pull up a chair, pull up a seat. I'm sitting on the floor right now. If you have lunch, you just got off of work, whatever it is, feel free to join me for the next little bit or so. So, I'm gonna start eating because I'm really hungry. And then right after that, I'll be jumping into the episode. First up, I'm gonna try the, oh, please focus, please focus, please focus. No. Please. I have the salmon nigiri. Good. I swear half the video is going to be me trying to get these pieces to focus. Please. Please? Please focus? You're not getting the avocado. No. You might not also get the salmon. It's fine. Everything's fine. So growing up, I never used to use wasabi because I feel like wasabi has a very like in your nose type of spicy. So I remember I would see my parents using wasabi all the time. And I feel like now that I'm finally a big girl, put my big girl pants on, I'm gonna mix some wasabi in with my soy sauce and give it a try. Oh my god, this is awful. Look at that. Ooh. Sorry, there's a little bit of wasabi on that already, but dip it in. Try not to spill soy sauce everywhere. Cheers. I love salmon. All right. So, without further ado, also, there is a theme amongst all of these Reddit posts. So, whoever can comment the theme of these posts on this video will get a special shout out in the next episode. So, the first story. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my husband eat from my plate at the restaurant? My husband and I have totally different tastes when it comes to food, and that's perfectly fine. However, lately and whenever we go out to a restaurant, we both order different dishes, then he suddenly asks to eat from my dish and would throw a fit if I refuse. He's done this several times, and I snapped and told him to stop asking and ordering from the same dishes if he wanted it so bad. Last night, we went out for dinner and ordered different dishes. Before we made the order, I asked if he was sure about the dish he picked, and he said yes. Cool. The food arrived and each of us had our plate and started eating. Literally minutes later, he asked if he could eat from my dish. I looked at him like, are you serious right now? And he went on about how he couldn't resist the look of my dish and he really, really, really wanted to try it. I refused and said no. Ooh, good for you. I kept eating and he kept pushing till I blew up and he got quiet all of a sudden. He then got up and walked out. He was furious with me and picked an argument at home when I got back. He said that I acted petty and that all he asked for was a few bites for my meal, and I chose to make a scene and yell and embarrass him instead. We're not speaking to each other right now because of what happened. I feel shitty about it, and I think that I could have just let him have some of my food instead of choosing to die on such a silly hill. Edit, we pay for our meals separately. The first thing that I want to say, I have very mixed feelings about this because on one hand, I love sharing food. I love having a plate of food, getting my own entree, and then sharing it with a friend, and then being like, hey, I care about you a lot, take some, and vice versa, you know, a little give and take, if you will. On the other hand, I feel like if my mind is really set on a dish, like I'm just like, I have spent all night dreaming of this dish. I have literally salivated in my sleep. I woke up in like a cold sweat at the thought of not eating this dish. Then I'm a little bit more stingy. But if a grown-ass man is throwing a fit, not the asshole. I'm gonna read some of the comments just so we can get a little bit of other people's perspectives. First comment, top comment is, frankly, this just seems strange. You're married but pay for your own meals when eating out together. That's actually a really good point. Huh. Do you ask for separate checks? Is he asking for just a bite to taste, or does he actually eat it? Does he not like his dish? Or since you both pay for your meals, is he short on money so wants to eat your dish and take his home for leftovers? OP does not respond to this comment. From what I can tell. These are really good questions. Because I do think that kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. Oh, someone says, not the asshole. Some people, like my brother and his wife, are totally fine sharing food, but they both are. Some people are not fine sharing food. Both are correct. It's a personal choice and boundary. That is very true. Your husband is not respecting your choice and your boundary. He needs to. Just because he wants to doesn't mean he gets to. And throwing a tantrum because he's told no, so immature. Yeah, no, I hate the tantrum / fit part. That's not okay. That's weird. That's very weird for a grown-ass man to do. Someone else says, not the asshole. I hate when people do this. He needs to eat his own food and shut up. How absurdly immature and bizarre. I think that about sums it up at this point. And the overwhelming consensus is not the asshole. I think I need to eat in between. I did not think of the logistics of reading something and also trying to eat. Perfect. Look at that. Ooh. This is so good. All right, dip in it, dip in it, dip in it, dip in it. Sure it doesn't spill. Mmm. This is not focused on me. Perfect. Okay, so I know salmon avocado rolls are a thing. Hear me out. It's so good. Mm. Mm. I want to finish this bite so I don't get rice just projectiling all over the place. Next post. Am I the asshole for telling my stepdad that I'll eat whatever I want in this house because I'm paying for it in front of my stepsisters? I'm 20 male, currently living with my mom full-time since my dad is working out of the country. She has a husband and he has 2 daughters from a previous marriage, 12 female and 14 female. And my half-sibling, 6 male. My mom's husband is unemployed because he was abruptly terminated. Both of them do gigs here and there while he looks for a job, but they barely bring money to the house. I'm in my 2nd year of uni. While working and getting money from my dad, every month I've been paying for most of my stuff, clothes, hobbies, phone bill, etc. ever since I was 16, and when I turned 18, I began to pay rent and for my car. My husband and his daughters are big eaters. I don't mind, I just started to buy my own groceries and they knew they weren't allowed to have any. Though I'd let my stepsisters take some of my snacks because I get it, they're kids. Oh, that's really sweet. But ever since 3 or 4 months ago, my mom has been asking me to buy this, buy that, buy this again, and I've been doing their groceries too. So I'm basically paying for all of the food, plus rent, plus driving my stepsister to and from school, and among other things. Yesterday we were having dinner together, and I remember I bought a watermelon a few days ago. It was almost all gone, but I could eat the last of it and it was okay. My stepsister said she wanted some too, and I said there was barely anything left and she could have an apple or something. She said she wanted watermelon and I said, sorry. My mom's husband said kids go first, but I said kids have been eating watermelon for the past days, and it was my turn. He looked me dead in the eye and said, put it back, son, you can eat something else. So I just said I'll be eating whatever I want because I was paying for it. Nobody said anything after that, and I took it to my room. Later, my mom came and apologized for him. Okay, good, but said that I shouldn't have said anything in front of my sisters and was rude because I was being financially abusive with my family. So I don't know. I don't really like that mentality of second you turn 18, you're paying us. Feels weird. It just feels weird. And also, yeah, dude, he's paying for his own food. He's literally paying for his own food, clothes, hobbies, bills, etc. He's already been going out and doing their grocery shopping, and he's already been footing the bill for his mom and her husband. I'm gonna say a very strong not the asshole for this because it's his money. He can do whatever he wants. He's literally supporting his family on top of going to school and working. So, is he working? Oh no, and working. So, not the asshole. Let's see what Redditors have to say about this. Not the asshole, they're financially abusing you. Yeah, no, that basically sums it up. Someone says, funny how good parasites are at projecting. Nice. Not the asshole, he was rude to you in front of everyone and you gave it right back. If you are paying for everything, you need to move out. OP says, I know, but at the same time, I'm worried about my stepsis and my baby brother. Oh, I don't want anything bad happening to them and I'm able to help. I just don't like being treated like a kid when I think I'm pulling my weight well enough. We have a consensus. Not the asshole. I didn't realize how hungry I was until in the middle of reading it. I was like, I would love to eat a watermelon right now. That sounds amazing. Summer cannot come quicker. Little. I got so much wasabi on that one. Nice palate cleanser. Oh, this is definitely gonna fall. I feel like you guys can definitely see the book kind of poking out. I got a little too much soy sauce on this one. Get this here for now. Just gonna. Our final story. Am I the asshole for eating my cupcake outside? I have a 10-year-old daughter who loves frosting. Oh my god, same. Every week I buy cupcakes for me, my wife, and her, and she always eats my frosting. These past few weeks I decided to eat my cupcake before going inside. She asked me where my cupcake is, and I told her I don't like cupcakes anymore, so I only bought 2. It worked for a while, but last night, when I was enjoying my cupcake before going inside, she caught me and ran to her mom to tell her how much of a terrible dad I am to steal her frosting for weeks. She is sulking. Oh god. She is sulking, and my wife thinks I'm the asshole and I'm acting childish and should just let her have it, but it's easy for her to say when she has never given up her frosting. Am I the asshole? Edit. Everyone is taking this very seriously, lol. My daughter is not an entitled, spoiled brat. Honestly, I think she doesn't even love frosting that much. She only does it to annoy me. That's funny. I made this post because my wife likes this sub, so I wanted to show her that I'm not the asshole. That's really funny because at the very top you can see the verdict, and I wanted to show her that I'm not the asshole. Slap the asshole label right on top. Edit 2, a lot happened since I posted this. My wife is getting a divorce. She says she can't live with a liar. CPS came to our home to take her child away. Oh. He had the whole last paragraph just to say, haha, JK. So my daughter and I had a serious conversation about this problem and we came to an agreement. She said she'll stop stealing my frosting if I stop stealing her chips, so we're good. I'm just imagining, like, the dad, cupcake in hand. He is walking up to his house and he sees his daughter and like kind of just like crouches underneath bushes. He like takes his cupcake and just starts like eating it like crazy. Like, I can just imagine his heart pounding, the anxiety rising, the adrenaline rushing through his system as he's like, I need to eat this cupcake before my daughter finds out. And then he walks in with like fucking frosting all over his mouth, like cupcake crumbs on his hands and on his shirt, cupcake crumbs all over him. I just think that's a very weird solution. Like, instead of sitting his daughter down and being like, listen here, you little shit. Instead of sitting his daughter down and being like, hey, we can't always get what we want in life. You know, sometimes we just gotta roll with the punches. We gotta take our frosting, take our cupcake with our frosting, and leave it at that. Sometimes we don't get other people's frosting. Top comment is, you're the asshole, not for eating your cupcake outside really, but because you have failed to teach your child that she can't always get what she wants, or that she isn't entitled to your frosting. That is your cupcake, frosting and all. She has her own, and that's all she's allowed to have. Next comment, you can teach her the word no. At 10, she should be able to understand it. I feel like there's so many different ways to teach outside of hiding and not just telling your daughter no. This next comment, have you ever heard of the word no? And OP says no. And I think the last comment that I want to read is, OP, I know that you think we're all overreacting to your post, and I agree in the grand scheme of things, this is a minor offense. I will say, please stop and think for a second about whether or not she portrays this behavior in other areas too. If your daughter is acting like this in other regards to the cupcake, I bet there are other instances where your daughter acts entitled and a little bit bratty. What you think is funny and cute may be an issue her teachers have to deal with and her other friends. I'm just saying this because I have family and friends who are teachers, and often when they go to the parents about problematic behavior, the parents always defend the kid or think the teacher is overreacting. As a mom to 2 kids, I've seen kids come to my house and act super bratty, and the parents knowingly allow this behavior because they think it's not a big deal. I think all of us have at least one kid that comes to mind. I don't know your family, so this may not be the case in this scenario, but I worry that you are missing why some of the comments are a little harsh. Her behavior sounds like a child who's in need of some boundaries and some lessons on respect. We could all be wrong, but just asking you think about it. Definitely not like a super huge, like, you are the asshole, but probably not the best way to approach teaching your daughter that sometimes you just gotta toughen up and say, I'm eating my frosting, I will do it in front of you, and that's that. Those are all the stories that I had today. I'm gonna wrap up eating. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye! Have another avocado. Oh my god. I completely dropped that in there. Took a little nosedive. And last but not least,